Our senior, who was also the driver, we were supposed to be staying with him. He ended up telling us he was crashing at this girl's house. We get to the house, and there's this girl there, Margaret. So these girls, you could tell they were gonna go out and party. So she's like, all right, me and my friend are gonna be leaving here in just a bit. Somebody's gonna pick us up. We might be back like super late. So y'all guys just have fun, make sure I don't break anything, don't tear up the house. We're like, all right, cool. So I remember, I think it was James and Jaden that were like rolling up the magic. Within like 2 minutes, that magic lit. And they had another fridge in another room, I don't know why. Well, they ended up opening like one of the bottom drawers and ended up finding just a lot of juice. A lot of juice. Somebody dropped a freaking glass. Yeah, like it's getting bad. It was getting out of hand. Freaking James pulled out a knife. This dude had a knife like out of nowhere and he's freaking just swinging it back and forth like this, playing with it. So yeah, I remember we laid on the pool table and we're just like joking. And what makes this worse, it's literally like 1:30 in the morning and we had to be up at 4:30. Eventually, it gets kind of a little blurry, but I remember everybody ended up just falling asleep, or at least I did. What's up guys, it's your host Hunter Joshi and welcome back to another story time. I want to thank each and every single one of y'all who've seen part 1 of this story. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend you stop the video right here, go watch that video so you can understand the story and all the characters that are in this story. And I also want to thank y'all guys to getting me to 300 subscribers. I will be doing a video about that very soon. It'll be a special video. So there are some things that I left out in part 1 that are pretty important to this story. The day we won the game was supposed to be my first game back after a bad ankle injury. It was like our first preseason game or scrimmage game, whatever you want to call it. I had a bad ankle injury that kept me out for 3, maybe 4 games. So this game meant a lot to me, to come back onto the field and to get a big win. You know, it just meant so much to me. Also, around the time when me and Braden met up with this plug, got the magic, and got back to the house, I decided for the team that we shouldn't take any pictures or record anything from that night because around this time, the girls soccer team had some rats, and the last thing we needed was to get snitched on. If the coaches found out, we would have been done. We would have been done. But as you can see, nobody listened, and you could thank Bill for that. But on the real note, I'm actually glad that Bill took pictures and recorded it because honestly, it made this story, just makes it a whole lot more interesting and just makes the memory a lot more better for all of us that were there that night. So anyways, this will be taking place after we fell asleep. Around this time, it had to have been 3 o'clock by now. And I remember I was just stone cold knocked out, but so uncomfortable at the same time because if y'all remember, I was sleeping on a pool table and I was sharing it with Bill. That wasn't comfortable at all. So yeah, I remember like I wasn't dreaming, but I was just like asleep. And all I could hear was like a thump, 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 thump noise. And I didn't wake up to that, but I did wake up to when the door opened and I started hearing laughter. And from hearing the laughter, I could already tell like it was the girls, Margaret and Scarlett. Like they had just got back from their little party. And man, they were ridiculously drunk. I mean, they came in stumbling hard in the kitchen.
Julian!
And I remember one of them fell on the ground, was just laughing. The other one was laughing at her so hard that she fell, and then they both started laughing. And then there was like a whole other guy there. I don't remember his name, but I guess I'm just gonna call him Duncan. So I remember Duncan was like, yo, there's people on the pool table, what the f? And I remember he pulled out his phone, and like, I'm like, kind of looking at him like I'm trying to look at him, but like my eyes were just so heavy, like I couldn't really look at him. And I remember he pulled out his phone and I just see a big flash and he's like recording us. I'm pretty sure it was for Snapchat or whatever, and he was recording us. And I remember Bill turned around, he's like, dude, can you turn that off, bro? Like, stop recording me. And I freaking look at Bill, I'm like, why doesn't this dude have clothes on? This dude was legit in his boxers, lay next to me on a pool table. I don't even remember when he took his clothes off. I had to have been asleep when he did that. So that was pretty awkward. And I remember he started recording everybody. James was like, yo, what the Turned the light off. I think Braden woke up for a little bit. He was like, oh my God, everybody shut up. Like, it was too early for all this mess. And I remember they were just steady laughing. Eventually, Scarlett, Margaret, and Duncan, they all end up going to the room. I don't know if they all went to the same room or not. That's totally their business. Everybody's just pissed, especially having a stupid light being flashed in my eyes from somebody I don't even know at 3-something in the morning, knowing I have to be up in like less than an hour. So I remember the room gets quiet, and then all of a sudden the sun starts coming up. And I remember Braden was like, you gotta be kidding me. And the sun just starts getting brighter and brighter, and it's like going directly through the windows. So that's when we all knew, like, yeah, we're gonna have to get up and get ready. We were not ready. So all of us got up, we start packing our stuff. It's about 3:30 now, and all of us literally had barely any sleep. I'm pretty sure I slept like 30 minutes, not even. So I remember we all started packing our stuff, and we just left out the house. We didn't even clean up anything. I think the broken glass was still on the ground. There was still a stain on the pool table. Their jars of candy was like empty. They were out of ramen. Their juice was still on the counter. So yeah, we left a big mess. We didn't clean none of that up. We just straight up dipped. So yeah, that was something. To skip ahead a bit, we made it to the field. We're all getting our stretches in, taking our shots to warm up, you know. I already knew, like, this was not gonna be my day. At this time, I could not keep my eyes open, had the biggest headache, stomach was boiling, and I'm sure it had to do with the juice I drank mixed with 2 or 3 bowls of ramen. So yeah, that was not a perfect mix. I felt like trash completely. On top of that, I still had my ankle injury too, so that wasn't helping at all either. I remember my coach finally got there. He talked to me as soon as he got there to talk about our starting lineups for our first couple games that we're gonna have. And I remember as he was talking to me, I swear I threw up. Literally, like, this dude is standing right in front of me talking to me, and I threw up. I literally said, "Hoot." And what makes it even more disgusting, I swallowed it. I didn't want to take the risk of throwing up on my coach and making myself look stupid, so I freaking threw up chunks in my mouth and then swallowed it. And that was so disgusting. And I remember when we were getting ready for our warm-ups, there was this other girls soccer team that was there, and I guess one of their teams ended up not showing up, so our other coach decided, hey, how about y'all scrimmage the boys until y'all's next team gets there, and, you know, for us to warm up. Not gonna lie, it was pretty bad. These girls smoked I mean, we weren't playing 100%, we were probably playing like 60, but I mean, like, they were killing us, and I felt like literally maybe 5-10 minutes of me running, like, I was done. I feel like I had to throw up so much. And I don't remember exactly how all the games went, but I do remember the first game we played, that team, they played so dirty. Like, they would throw elbows. They would kick, but they wouldn't kick at the ball. They would straight up kick at your ankles. And like I said, I had an ankle injury, so these dudes were kicking me on my messed up ankle, stepping on my foot, throwing elbows on my side. I got elbowed in the jaw one time. I remember the person that elbowed me in the jaw, I remember I got him back. Like, I literally dropped this dude in the middle of the game. And I'm so glad because, like, the ref didn't see it. So I remember in between games, all of us were literally, like, sleeping on the bench. The coaches got a little mad because they wanted us to watch the girls play. But after that night, after having a whole night of just straight magic, juice, and craziness, I don't think that was gonna happen. So I just, every chance I had, I made sure I rested. And sadly, I don't remember how all the games went, but I do have like a screenshot that we end up going like 2-1. So yeah, that's really about it. That's really my hangover. I just remember like the whole day, I had the hugest headache. I threw up a couple times. I threw up, like, was actually in the restroom. And I remember shortly after that tournament, some of the girls would come to me. They would be like, oh, y'all had a party, but y'all didn't invite us. And that's what kind of worried me, because I was like, damn, they know about it. They're going to keep talking about it, and then somebody's going to slip up and end up just snitching on us. But luckily, that didn't happen. We got to finish the season pretty strong. So yeah, that's the end of the story. I hope y'all guys enjoyed. Make sure y'all guys go in the description below and cop my merch. There's a link. If you click on it, you can see that I have very high quality shirts, hoodies, phone cases, and more made by me and Teespring. So go cop some merch today. And if you do cop some merch, make sure you take a picture and send it to me on my social media to be shouted out in the next video. Make sure y'all guys like, comment, share to support your boy, subscribe if you're new to this channel, and if you are new to this channel, make sure y'all guys check out all my other series. I'm sorry that I don't remember everything like all the way through. This all happened years ago. This is like about 3 years old now. I made sure I got it as close to accurate as I could. If y'all follow me on my social media, I do polls on my Instagram every now and then asking which story time I should do next. So make sure y'all guys check out my stories. I do polls every now and then. So yeah, that's the end of the video. I'm your host, Huncha Joshi, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace, love y'all, see y'all soon.